I would also like to welcome any members of the public and the press to today's meeting. Can I kindly ask you to observe the meeting only, as you are not allowed to speak or participate in the meeting? Could I please ensure that everyone has their phone switched to silent for the duration of the meeting? In addition, can I refer you to the protocols for remote meetings, which have been previously highlighted in the scrutiny committee? Next item on the agenda, Jane, is a roll call, so I'll hand over to you.
Thank you, Chair. I've marked you as present. Councillor Clark, Clement Williams?
Yes, I'm here.
Councillor Harvey?
Yeah, present, Jane, thanks.
Councillor Doreen Jones?
Present, Jane.
Apologies from the Deputy Leader, Leanne Jones. Councillor Lockyer?
Present, Jane.
Councillor Rees?
I'm here, Jane.
Councillor Richards?
Present, Jane.
Councillor Wingrave?
I'm here, Jane.
Councillor Rahaman?
Present, Jane.
Councillor Freegard?
Present, Jane.
I'll now go on to officers. Karen Jones?
Present, Jane.
Howell Jenkins?
Present.
Andrew Jarrett?
Yeah, present.
Andrew Thomas?
Present, Jane.
Simon Brennan?
Present, Jane.
Dave Griffiths?
Present.
Craig Griffiths?
Present, Jane.
Mike Shaw?
Present, Jane.
Charlotte Davis?
Present.
Is there anyone else's name that I have not called that is present and participating in today's meeting? There we are, Chair. Roll call is completed.
Okay, thanks, Jane. Agenda item 2, our Chair's announcements. Just to make you aware that I have 3 urgent items for consideration at today's meeting, and I'll take them under item 10, which are urgent items. Agenda item 3, declarations of interest. Any members got any declarations of interest, please? Oh, quite a few there, Jane.
Yes, Chair. Can the members just say what they are for the recording?
Yeah, Jane, Councillor Lockyer speaking. I sit on the board, of the YMCA, who will probably be approaching for the third sector grants. Also, the arms houses in Lenin Street. Thanks.
Jane, sorry.
Councillor Doreen Jones speaking. I'm a trustee on CVS, Age Connect, Neath, Talbot, and the BME Forum.
Councillor Richards, you've got a declaration, your hand up.
Yeah, it's on third sector grants. I'm on the board of Care and Repair West Glamorgan.
Councillor Rahaman.
Yeah, thank you, Jane. 2 interests. One is personal interest on item 11, the urgent item, third sector grant. I'm secretary of the BME Association, also a trustee. And my second declaration is a prejudicial declaration on item 12, the free town centre car parking. My family has a business in Station Road.
Thank you. And Councillor Harvey.
Yeah, thanks, Jane. Item 7, the Capital Programme Monitoring Report. Page 46 talks about CCTV replacement. I'm employed by South Wales Police, so obviously you've got interest in that. That's personal. Thank you.
Yeah, and Councillor Freegard is the last one then.
Thank you, Jane. Item 11, trustee of Age Connects. Thanks.
Sorry, Craig.
Thank you, Jane. Chair, if I could just introduce on one point as well. Obviously, in respect of the matter in relation to the parking, members could potentially benefit from the proposal as well, obviously with 1 free months of parking. Standards Committee have previously granted a dispensation to members to be able to vote on these matters. So could I just ask if any members who are in receipt of this parking permit could often raise their hands as well, so that could be recorded for the record as well, please, but the dispensation will cover you to speak and vote.
I'm just writing down the members for that, the additional members. And thank you, and I will send the forms out shortly. If members please could complete them and return them to me. Thank you. Chair, that's the declarations completed.
Okay, thank you all. Next item on the agenda is agenda item 4, the minutes of the previous meeting. I refer to the minutes of the 12th of May, 2nd of June and the 16th of June, which are in the pack. Before I confirm their accuracy, have we got any comments on the minutes, please? Don't see any. So I will move confirmation of the minutes. Can I have a seconder, please?
A second, Leader.
Thank you. If you don't indicate to the contrary, I'll assume that we're all happy.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
can see no indications, Chair.
Okay. I can see a hand. Oh no, Carol, is that a hand up? No.
Oh, sorry, I didn't take it down from just now.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, so agenda item 5 is the forward work programme. This is for noting. Jane, have you got anything to add to that?
No, Chair, it's just for noting for members to know what's coming forward in the next 3 months.
Okay, thank you very much. Agenda item 6 is the revenue budget monitoring and update report. This is for decision, pages 21 to 38. Mr. Jenkins, anything to add?
No, Chair.
Thank you. Any questions from colleagues? Peter?
Yeah, thank you, Chair. It was just on the scrutiny chair for social services raised a concern regarding the hardship fund, just to make members aware that we've been in lots of conversations with the Julie Morgan, the Minister, and Albert Heaney. We had a meeting with the WLGA a couple of weeks ago, and we identified to them the concerns we had regarding sustainability of care homes. So it is quite prevalent, I suppose, within Welsh Government, and they are aware of our concerns. So it's just a question of them coming back to us now and making a decision on that. Thank you.
Thank you, Peter. Carol?
Yeah, as I said earlier, Leader, it's something I brought up with Rebecca as well. And I think there was uncertainty around whether any of the urgent funding for COVID would carry on past September. But I have had assurances from Rebecca that that will remain till the end of this financial year. Thank you.
Okay, thank you both. Don't see any other indications. So if I can refer you to the recommendation, which is set out on page 29, I'll move.
I'll second, Chair.
Okay, thank you. We all okay with that?
No indications to the contrary, Chair.
Thank you very much. Next item is agenda item 7, which is the capital budget monitoring report, pages 39 to 48. Howell, do you want to come in here?
Yes, Chair. In terms of the announcement I made at the beginning of the scrutiny committee, it needs to be reiterated here. Apologies that we didn't include the reasons for the decision and the implementation for the decision in the report. It's for the 3-day call-in, and the reason is to comply with the Constitution and ensure that the budgets are appropriate. So apologies for that, but as you can see from the report, there is a significant investment being proposed in the infrastructure across the county borough, again, during this coming financial year at the moment, to the tune of £83.4 million. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Jenkins. For the record, apologies accepted. Any questions of any colleagues? Don't see any. Can I refer you to the recommendation then on page 42, which I will move.
I'll second, Chair.
Thank you. You all okay with that? Don't see any indications otherwise. Thank you very much. Okay, moving on to agenda item 8, the annual Treasury Management Outturn Report, pages 49 to 62. Mr. Jenkins, anything to add?
No, Chair, other than, this is an important monitoring position because managing our cash flows throughout the year has been quite a challenge last year with COVID. The additional monies the Welsh Government provided assisted with regards to that, especially with the loss of income and making good the additional costs we incurred. But this report tries to show that that we've complied with all our treasury management arrangements in year, and it's important that that is reflected. We did have some additional monies placed with our bankers, as you can see in the report, which is in excess of the £15 million limit that was approved. But this is something that we were managing, and we can manage in such a way that the money is available to us the next day. It's on call, so we can withdraw it if there are any financial problems there. But at the moment, it's the best financial outcome that we can have. So with that in mind, Chair, I haven't got anything else to add.
Okay, thanks, Mr. Jenkins. Any questions of colleagues? Okay, there's no decision required as that report is for monitoring. So I'll go on to agenda item 9, which is again a monitoring report for the Treasury Management. This is on pages 63 to 70. Again, Mr. Jenkins?
Nothing to add, Chair.
Okay, thank you very much. Any comments or questions from colleagues? Don't see any, so that's noted. Agenda item 10 is any urgent items. As I previously indicated, I got 3 urgent items for consideration. The first one is the extension of third sector grants application. That was included in papers circulated yesterday, 1 to 16, and it's here for a decision. Mr. Jenkins, anything you want to add to this?
No, Chair, as a result of COVID, we haven't been able to make the appropriate arrangements to do a full review this year. We've had other business that we've been dealing with, so hence the proposal to extend the current arrangements for a year 4 and carry out the review in advance of the 23-24 financial year. And you'll note there on table 1, on page 3 of the report, that the proposal is to have a budget of 563,200 in terms of the budget for next year, in line with the current grant scheme, and that would enable about £200,000 to be made available for new applications in the new financial year, on top of the uplift that we would give the strategic partners. So I just wanted to clarify that for members, other than agreeing for us to go out with a commitment to receive applications. There is no other real decision being asked of members in the report today.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Jenkins. Any comments? Again, I don't see any. You can see the recommendation on page 4 there. I'll move those recommendations. Second, please.
Sorry, I got stuck then. I second, Chair.
Thank you. All okay with that?
Yeah.
Thank you very much. The next urgent item is item 12, which is the proposal for free parking in town centres for the month of August. Again, these are on pages 17 to 26, which were included in the papers we received yesterday. Dave, got anything to add?
No, nothing further to add, Leader.
Thank you, Dave. Carol, I can see your hand up.
Yeah.
Chair.
Sorry,
Chair, this comes just to remind Councillor Rahman he'll have to leave at this point. This is the car parking one. Oh, sorry.
Yes.
Dave?
Yes, he has.
Dave?
No, sorry, nothing further to add.
Right, Carol?
Yes, Chair, thanks. Just for clarity, will it be easily distinguishable for the public as to which ones are free and which ones aren't? Are we putting signs up or?
Yeah. What we'll do now, obviously, we've drafted a press release, Councillor, and we will remotely alter the machines where we can electronically to say that it's free car parking, but I'll also arrange for additional signage to be put up on the pay and display in the town centre car parks as well.
So what about the other car parks? Are you going to put one to say that the summer scheme is not applicable or something like that, or don't we bother?
I hadn't intended to. I mean, if there's no signage there, it's expected that people would pay.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks. Mike?
Yeah, thanks, Leader. I say fully support this. It's vital that we do all we can to support the town centre businesses, and hopefully this can give them a bit of a boost. I think comment was made about our car parking charges. I think I've mentioned before in a meeting that the charges, to stay in a multi-storey in Neath or in Talbot for over 4 hours is £3.80, and you can park in them all day on a Sunday for £1. So I think, from my point of view, car parking charges are reasonable. So, again, I fully support this, and hopefully, people will take advantage of it and visit the town centres and spend some money there. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. Peter is?
Just for clarification, this does include Pontardawe as well, David, is it?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's correct. It will include Pontardawe.
Thanks so much.
Okay, thank you. I note that this decision is for immediate implementation, and in the absence of Councillor Harman, Councillor Freegard, as scrutiny Vice Chair, are you in support of immediate implementation and not subject to the 3-day call-in?
I am in support of it, yeah.
Thank you, Sharon. Can I refer colleagues then to page 21 of the report and the impact assessment on pages 23 to 26? I'm happy to move the recommendation.
I'll second, Chair.
Thank you very much. Are we all okay with that? Same thing? Yeah. Okay, thank you very much. We'll now need to move into private session. So to resolve to exclude the public